If someone was looking at you from behind, do you think that you would notice? I absolutely do know. I can feel it in my body. I've also experienced looking at someone else and they turn around and look at me as if they knew I was looking at them. Weird, right? In today's video, I'm going to discuss with you what the morphic field is, what some of the greatest minds and thinkers have to say on the topic, and why I believe the morphic field can help us all grow spiritually and develop our psychic gifts. According to Rupert Sheldrake, morphic resonance and the morphic field is why you can feel someone looking at you. The morphic field, according to Sheldrake, is the basis of mind and consciousness. Sheldrake proposed a theory that memory is inherent in nature, and this memory is organized within each species, or even within a system like a household, pets included. But what does that mean? That means that memories are passed down from previous members of a species or group to present members through morphic resonance, which he points out is different from DNA inheritance. This memory can even be passed between current members of a species, or passed between groups or systems. Your system could include your social circle, those you're close with, even your pets. This memory is collective instinctive memory, facilitated by what Sheldrake calls the morphic field. This morphic field, by means of morphic resonance, transmits memory to other members of a group or system. Morphic resonance is the idea of a telepathy-type interconnection between species and of collective memories within a species. And this may be how dogs know when their owners are coming home, or how people know when they're being stared at. Morphic resonance may involve a two-way process, the inward movement of light and an outward projection of mental images. Mainstream science throws shade on Sheldrake's ideas, but I believe he's onto something, what Walter Russell says. Sheldrake has an interesting way of describing morphic resonance. But at the end of the day, morphic resonance is due to the fact that we are all connected, and that idea is not new. Before Rupert Sheldrake's idea about the morphic field and morphic resonance, Walter Russell explained in his book, The Secret of the Light and the Divine Iliad, how mind and matter interface to create our universe, which, by the way, he says is made of light, and it is an illusion of the one infinite mind. Sheldrake has done research involving newspaper crossword puzzles that show when a paper is published on Monday morning, it's more challenging to solve the crossword than a few days later it becomes easier to solve. It's believed this is due to the solution of the puzzle being in the collective consciousness, and because others have solved it and added the information to the collective memory, aka the field. I like to think of the field as the source. I believe that we are all part of one, but that we, through illusion, seem to be separate beings experiencing things in this time and space, and that what we experience is unique and adds to the collective as a new experience. It's like Abraham Hicks says, we are all here on the bleeding edge to expand the universe. We do that by experiencing, and that experience adds to the whole. Whether that experience is positive or negative, it is collected and carried forward by other members of the group until it is changed by further experience. That's what keeps a species similar, but we can change and evolve collectively too. Here's what Nikola Tesla believed. Tesla, a contemporary of Walter Russell, also believed that everything is light, that there's a collective memory, and that we are all connected. Tesla said everything is light, and although he was known for his fantastic inventions, one of his grandest desires was not to make flying devices like aircrafts or missiles, but to teach individuals to regain consciousness of our own wings. Tesla believed that the brain is only a receiver. He said, in the universe there is a core from which we obtain knowledge and strength and inspiration. I have not penetrated into the secrets of this core, but I know that it exists. The universe has only one substance and one supreme energy, and an infinite number of manifestations of life. That's us. And that though we are free to think and act, we are held together like stars in the firmament with ties inseparable. These ties cannot be seen, but we can feel them. Here's what I believe. We are all connected. When we are born, we do not start as zero. We carry a collective memory with us. We have to. That's how evolution works. It changes us, and new members carry the change within them. Some would say this info is carried in the DNA, and I believe this is part of the story as far as physical aspects go, But I believe carrying forward of change spiritually has to do with the collective as a species. Here's an example. As a member of Gen X myself, I had the privilege to experience life before and after computers, cell phones, and the internet became mainstream. Us Gen Xers had to learn how to use all these new technologies, and it was not easy or natural for some of us. But then we had kids, and guess what happened? Our kids learned super quick. Some even taught us how to use our own devices. For the new generation, these things come easily. It's not because we Gen Xers are not clever. It's that the new generation had the collective learning and memory to use. That collective memory was created by the prior generation, that would be Gen X. Spiritually speaking, this is really exciting. I believe morphic resonance is why more and more people are waking up. People started waking up slowly. It started with just a few individuals. But as time went on, more and more people began awakening because of collective consciousness. And these new ideas and beliefs passing through the morphic resonance, I believe as more people begin waking up to who they really are, that we will begin to discover our innate psychic abilities. And as we begin to